Hello once again, this is Theta, the monotone messiah, aka your friendly neighborhood nihilist. This video won't contain any game footage or snarky commentary about any past matches, but it will contain tons of information for anybody who is interested in joining the league. Or maybe you're new to the league, whatever, you just don't know that much about it. This is a nice little walkthrough for anybody who is at least curious about the league, the structure, how everything works. So first of all, what do people mean when they say the league? Without exception, at least lately, they mean the Onward VR Master League. There have been some other leagues that have come around and put on tournaments, but the VR Master League is where all the action is, at least as of the making of this video. I mean, maybe things have changed by the time you're watching this, but for now, this is really where the action is. So before you do anything else, if you're interested in the league, go to this website. It's vrmasterleague.com/onward. Go there, and I'm already logged into my account, but if you click here, there is a sign in button and then a create account button right below it. So go there. First thing you need to do once you've created an account is make sure you put a sweet profile picture. It's going to be pretty hard to top that if I do say so myself. If you do top that, it's fine. Just realize I will hate you for the rest of your life. No big deal. Anyway, once you've created an account on here, the next thing you should do is go to the Onward Discord. For some reason, the link is not working. When I click this, I looked on another browser and it seems to be working, but whatever. Point is, the address is discord.gg/onward. If you click that, you will go to this page. Just join that. As you can see, there's over 10,000 members as of today. Hopefully that number keeps growing. But within the Onward Discord, there is a channel called League General. There's a bunch of channels attached to that. Everything in the league happens on Discord. Even if you don't like using Discord, you don't like the communities around it, whatever, that's fine, but you will have to at least have a Discord account in order to participate in the league. It's very hard to do so without a Discord account. Alright, the next thing you should do, and no, I'm not being compensated in any way, shape, or form to say this, I just genuinely believe it. Go follow Onward VR ML on Twitter. You know, this is just a great way to keep up with what's going on. They announce championships and things like that. And hey, you know, if you feel like it, there's another pretty sweet account, twitter.com/ThetaVR. You know, maybe you consider following this one too. I don't know. Maybe I post all my videos here and occasionally some thoughts about the game and other cool VR stuff. Just consider it. Not a shameless plug or anything. Okay, anyway, we'll go back to the VR Master League now. The next piece you should do is the rules. Click on the rules. I'm not going to go over everything in here because I could spend multiple videos on this. All I'll say is if you're new, read the rules. Read them multiple times. These do not apply to pub lobbies. People rarely care about the rules in pub lobbies. There's more like social norms that are attached to pub lobbies more than anything. But when you're playing in an actual competitive match, these rules will apply. So get to know them. It's a good idea to just play by them in the middle of a pub lobby anyway, just so you can get used to what it's like to play by those rules. But again, just want to emphasize that point. Read the rules, get used to them. They dictate pretty much everything that goes on inside a competitive game, and you really don't want to get DQ'd. I'm going to go back to the home now. Now, the thing that I get asked about a ton, and the reason that I made this video more than anything, is because people ask me all the time about how to join a team. And in my experience, there are really 3 ways to do that. I'll go through each of them in turn and just kind of walk you through what it takes to do that. So the first is being asked to join a team. There's really nothing I can highlight here, at least at the moment, to tell you exactly how to do that. I'll give you some strategies here in a moment, but this is how I joined the league. I was just playing and I was having a somewhat good night, and somebody on a team said, hey, have you considered playing in the league? I said, yeah, I'd thought about it, but I hadn't really done anything about it. And he said, okay, well, come and try out for us. That was for my first team called Cold Steel. They're not really around anymore, but invaluable experience, I'll add, playing at that level. Anyway, point is that that's how a lot of people get into it, especially it's not a huge community, so if you play around a lot, people will notice. You know, if you start making progress and getting lots of kills, then someone will eventually tap you on the shoulder. The only problem with this approach is that you're leaning pretty heavily on luck. You're hoping people are going to notice you, and it takes a long time to really build up a skill level to the point where someone will notice you and say, hey, maybe this guy has potential. I think I was somewhere near 100 hours by the time I got recruited. I don't even think I joined the team completely at first. No, I was kind of a prospect for a minute, so I don't think I was officially on a team until I was at maybe 120 hours. That's a lot of time to put in before you can be on a team. And I have to tell you, you don't have to wait that long. Really, 120 hours is not minimum by any stretch. It'll give you a nice base if you want. I feel like it was sort of overkill. If I could go back, I probably wouldn't have waited that long to do something. I would have been more proactive. And by proactive, I'm going to show you a little bit of a strategy here. The league has something called reservists. Reservists are people who, as the name implies, are kept in reserve whenever a team needs somebody. Let's say they've got 5 people on the team, and one of them can't make it, like work or family or something like that. They say, okay, well, we've got a match coming up in an hour, but sorry guys, I can't make it. So there's a large roll of reservists who get called. In a Discord channel, the team will do a little @reservist and say, hey, reservist, is anybody available to play? So you should make yourself a reservist if you want to go this route. I suggest becoming a reservist no matter what, just so that people will know you're there. And you can do that by going register, join as a reservist. Won't work for me because I'm already playing in a team, but you can do that. And there are some rules around that. You can only be used by one team, I believe 3 times, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. I'm going to have to review the rules after I just railed about the rules. But point is, you can only be used for a limited amount of time. People, that rule is put in place because they don't want people just kind of floating around and playing every game for somebody and being an unofficial team member. There are some people, too, that just like being reservists. It allows them to play competitively without committing to a specific team. So there's a lot to be said about that. But more than anything, it's a great way to expose yourself to the league. You can get some competitive reps. And you can also build a relationship with a team you might be interested in. If a team you've got your eye on that you like watching or something, you've played with them a few times in pub lobbies, they put out a reservist call and you're already a reservist, you can jump in and give yourself a chance to maybe jump in on that team at some point. Now, the second way to join is to ask to join a team yourself. You can do this either in-game or through Discord. There's a whole channel in Discord about that. But another way to do it is, if you're in here at the VRML page, you can go currently recruiting teams. You click that, and all these teams, as of today, are looking for people. And you can click any of them. I can't do anything. Like I said, I'm on a team, so the VRML website automatically removes that functionality for me, but these are all teams that need people. They have varying skill levels, varying ranking levels, which we'll talk about in a minute. But you can just kind of go through here. Let's just click on Relics of Warfare, just see what it looks like. Yay, VR Master League website taking forever. Oh boy. All right, well, I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're back. I don't know what that hiccup was about. Anyway, so you can see by looking at the Relics of Warfare page that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are 2 people short of a full roster. If you didn't know already, a full roster is 8 players. So you can look at this team, and if I were not already on a team, there would be a recruit me function somewhere on this page. I believe it shows up over here, but anyway, it's usually an orange icon with a little plus symbol on it. And you could request to get recruited by these guys. Now, there's no guarantee they're going to say yes, but you can click that and you can join their Discord server, go talk to them, offer to reserve in an upcoming match, or just say, hey, I'm around, let's play some matches, let's be cool about it. And in general, just make yourself known to these people. It's not a bad approach, and I hate to say it, but not enough people really do this. A lot of people just kind of sit around and expect to get noticed, and they take a really long time to join a team. Now, I guess I would maybe even be one of those people because it took me over 100 hours to get somebody to notice me. So if you're really interested in getting involved in the league, take this route. Join as a reservist, and then really look around for teams. I will say this, though. Don't expect a team above bronze to consider you. That's the lowest level, and it's nothing against these guys. I think these are all new players. But the higher level teams are not going to be looking for people who are brand new, because I'll tell you from experience, the top echelons of the game are intensely difficult. And they need to know that you've got some experience dealing with that kind of pressure, dealing with that kind of skill level. And when you're just starting out, it's not feasible. I mean, you could be a good basketball player, but there's only a certain group of people that are going to play in the NBA, and those people have to have a ton of experience before they show up to even have a chance to play in the NBA. And the same is true in Onward. All right, so the next thing you could do is you could create a team. That is the third and final way. So this gives you an outline of the different divisions here. You can go here, and I've never created a team, so I can't speak much to this. I've only ever played on other people's teams. It is the fastest way to get in the league because you can just say, hey, I've got 2 hours. I don't care. I'm starting a bronze team. And you can do that if you want. Just understand that there's a lot of overhead that you'll need to take care of, such as recruiting, scheduling, practice times, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of work that goes into running even the most casual of Onward teams. So just keep that in mind. I would not recommend that route for brand new people. If you're, maybe medium experience, that's a good idea. Once you've got some time under your belt, you've maybe had a season or two to play, then you can say, all right, I'm ready to try this out. Maybe you've got some leadership experience at that point. You know what kind of tactics work, so on and so forth. All right, so now we need to discuss the structure of the league. You can do that by looking at the standings. I go to worldwide because, frankly, that's the one that matters. This is in between seasons 9 and 10 if you're watching this in the future. And as of right now, Globochem are the global champions. Globochem, global champions, as it fits. Anyway, this should give you a sense of who's really good. And, not saying anything bad about these people, but, these upper echelon teams tend to be in the top 5 or so consistently. And they're names that everybody knows. I mean, everyone calls Globochem Globo, and the moment you say Globo, everyone knows who you're talking about. Same with the rest of these teams. And that goes for a while. Maybe Mayhem has that kind of brand yet, I don't know. But a few things to take in here while looking at the standings. The REG stands for region. As you'll see, there are only, well, I guess there's one here for, what is this? I don't even recognize this. Asia and Australia. Wow, Australia United. Good for you guys. But anyway, there are only 2 for active teams. Even Australia United is not active. There's supposed to be 4 divisions. So America's East, America's West, Europe, Asia, and Australia. And as you can see, there's only 2 active ones. There's America's East and EU. These 2 divisions are night and day different, I will say. And America East is known more for aggressive play. The Europeans are known for more like patient, less aggressive. To use terminology from my previous video about play styles, these are the more tight aggressive players, and the America's East are the more the loose aggressive players. If you haven't watched that video, by the way, I recommend watching it. Not that I have a vested interest or anything. Anyway, so there's divisions. Or I should say regions, and then there's also divisions. And the division, there's 5 of them. So there's Master, there's Diamond, there's Gold, there's Silver, and there's Bronze. And as you can see, Master is the absolute top ranking. This is all determined by MMR, or matchmaking rank. I can't say a ton about MMR, just because it seems to be vaguely based on the ELO rating system that we all seem to know, and a few other esports type rating systems. But the guy who runs the VR Master League has never publicly disclosed what the algorithm looks like. So most of us are just guessing about this. The way it supposedly works is you get more MMR for beating higher ranked opponents than for lower ranked opponents. I have heard contradictory things about this, though. I even know somebody who gathered a bunch of data and claims that it's always just a 10-point change. So I can't speak authoritatively about it. I won't get into it. Point is, though, that your division is determined by your MMR. So higher MMR, the higher your division. You'll see this season my team Mayhem got to number 11 in Diamond. And it's weird, you know, there's some oddities about the division system. You can see we're Diamond, and then there's some gold teams above us, even though Diamond is a higher ranking. It's bizarre. And likewise, you can see G-Men are here as Master, and they've got 2 Diamond teams above them. Again, I don't know exactly how that works. I can't explain it. You should ask the guy who runs the place. He can let you know how that works exactly. The next thing that's kind of cool about this, that'll kind of show you some things about the structure of the league, is let's click on a team. You can go through here. There's a ton of stuff in here I could go over, but I'm saving it for a future video. I will not go into any more detail about that now. But for the moment, let's go to a match page. And I think this is pretty cool. You can go and see, you know, not only, you know, who played in the match, although that's not current, it's actually updated based on who's on it right this second. But you do get footage of the match, which I recommend watching if it's available. Not every match is casted, but the ones that are, I recommend watching them. And you can see all kinds of cool stuff, like, you know, when we've played in the past, going all the way back to Season 5 for us, you know, win percentages, so on and so forth. But the thing I really wanted to highlight here is the connoisseur section. This is brand new. I shouldn't say brand new. It's new this season, Season 9. This wasn't available beforehand. But this is a really interesting way to gauge how the league in general feels about a certain team. I mean, ironically enough, 24-8 was the feeling of us winning this match, and then we lost. So these are not perfect, but everybody who votes here is a player. So you can get a sense of how the league feels about a specific team, at least in that matchup. You can say, okay, you know, these guys, you know, the majority of the league has a pretty positive impression of Mayhem against Blaze. Not that Blaze is a bad team. They're obviously not, since they beat us. But it's just an interesting way to kind of view sentiment about specific teams, which I personally think is important. All right, well, we've hit 17-ish, actually just about to be 18 minutes on this video, so I won't go any further into that. If you have any questions about getting into the league, let me know. You drop that in the comments. You can send me a message, whatever. But that's all I've got for now. So as my Canadian friends would say, Theta oot. One thing I forgot to add after I completed that last video, I really didn't want to go back and do the whole thing over, is that there is one more avenue you can take for joining the league, and that is the Onward Rookie Bootcamp, or ORB for short. And the way you can find that is, if this is the Onward Discord, if you go to New Player Help channel on the left side, you go to Pinned Messages, there is an invite here for the Onward Rookie Bootcamp posted by Norse way back in 2018. So click on that, you can join it. I'll just jump over right now. And this has a team finder. People are actively scouting for rookies in here. So this is a little bit of a shortcut. This was around when I joined, but it wasn't as developed as it is now. You know, maybe I could have taken advantage of it. I don't know. I just didn't really look into it. But if you're new and you're looking to play for a team, or even just reserve or try out for somebody, this is a good place to go. And they do have a tournament that they put on that's just rookie teams, so that can give you some experience playing in a competitive environment while still, you know, not necessarily exposing yourself to the intensity of higher level play. So just want to throw that addendum on there so people don't think I'm forgetting about it, and to give you another option for joining the league. All right, this time, Theta oot for real.